Lie.
We are live.
Hi then. Yes, welcome to Esoteric Hours. My name is Buddy Powers, and we have our co-host Jim Andre and special guest Floyd Hancock. We're discussing paranormal phenomenon and extraterrestrials.
Hi, Chris. Joan Marie says hola. So glad you guys are coming on today.
Hello.
Thanks for being here and joining us, Chris.
And so, what have you been up to, Floyd? Any paranormal phenomena?
Well, I just not really paranormal. Well, maybe a little bit. I was walking my dog last night. I think you guys seen it on. I put it on. Was asking for information, but I saw a painting that someone left out down in the park, and it was raining outside. And I was looking at the painting. It was a boy with no face. It looked like the wind was swirling around him in the painting, and but the initials were FH. That's my initials, and I'm seeing. It seems like I'm seeing my initials everywhere, and I'm just thinking there was a connection. But a couple of people have told me some pretty cool things that could be happening, and we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. But yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to discuss one thing. I was at a pagan meeting. I think it was my first one. And it was a really, really good meeting. So I'm introducing myself to people, and this is one guy I walk up to. I put my hand out to greet him, and it looked like I shoved him. He went so far back and stumbled, and he almost fell. And someone asked me, what did I do? I said, I didn't do anything. I just was going to shake his hand, and then the guy was like freaked out enough that he ran into the other room. And my other friend says, no, it looked like you shoved him though. I said, no, I didn't touch the guy. I said, I don't know what happened. So I'm still a little confused about that. But all I did was just put out my hand, and he flew across the room. I have no idea what that was. So that's the only thing that I can think of right now, anyway. So
That's strange.
That's never happened to me before. I mean, I looked around at everybody else like, I didn't do nothing. I was just gonna shake his hand, and here he goes flying into the next room.
Well, we gotta wish Chris a happy anniversary. Said it's our wedding anniversary today.
Oh, cool! Happy anniversary, Chris.
Her hubby's taking a nap.
Ah.
She's gonna let him rest till dessert.
I see.
Yeah. So I'm still trying to share the show.
Yeah, we're starting a little late today. We had some technical difficulties as usual.
Yeah. And I take full responsibility for that. Uh-huh.
Chris says we just ate dinner.
Yeah.
We're having a severe thunderstorm right now, so if my internet goes out, you know why.
Okay. I was wondering what that sound was.
Wow. So do you get a lot of thunderstorms where you are, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the rainy season down here in Florida. It's just about to end, though, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, we're in September here in England, so we got to get prepared for the winds. Well, it's autumn, isn't it? Next.
It's actually rainy season and hurricane season now.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had past 4 days straight rain off and on. So we finally got some sunshine today.
Hi there, Sarah Fitch. Thank you for joining us. Majors Avery Taylor ordained. Hi there. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Yeah. So So what subjects could we discuss? I won't say the word, that disease, but I won't say the word because some of Esoteric Hours on YouTube have been removed when Tom was discussing about that virus. So I won't even mention the name. Actually.
Oh, okay.
But that virus we mustn't mention it. It's not allowed to be mentioned on YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's is that conspiracy theory? I don't know. So how are you dealing with life, discovering you're on a journey of self-discovery, Floyd, and you are recognizing yourself.
I think that's probably what's going on. It's very bizarre to me. I mean, most of it is very bizarre to me. But as I get a little older, I'm discovering. I just wish I'd have done this when I was 25 and not, as old as I am right now. So,
Well,
time I get it down, I'm going to be dead.
that's probably for a reason, though. Maybe as you get wiser, you'll use it in a better way than you probably would have when you were younger.
Well, I believe that because when I was 25, I was very, very, very immature. So I guess I wasn't ready for an adult lifehood, yet. So I think it knew about the time when I was able to understand things, because back when I was, I don't know if I would have taken it serious enough.
Yeah, I always believe that things happen when the time is right.
Right. Yep, it does. So, trying to think some more things to talk about here that I haven't discussed. I think I've discussed most everything so far.
Well, I think a good topic would be if there's anybody out there, any listeners or viewers that can help Bradley with his problem with that entity that he has that keeps putting him to sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to seek. I know you said don't avoid, but what do I do? Follow a religious path, seek solace in Jesus Christ, or do I go to the occult and use words of power to practice a ritual that might actually help me to get rid of this entity that's in me?
Well, have you tried Jesus Christ already?
I haven't tried. No, Jesus Christ, no, I haven't.
Okay. I would probably start there, and if that doesn't work, then I would go to the occult. and find out, what they can do. That's what I would start with. I mean, since you believe, me, I would have gone the other way around. So.
Chris says she thought she was so smart at 25, soon to be 40 and still learning, and that's true, very true. We learned for the whole time that we experienced the journey we're on.
Oh, when I was 25, I knew it all, so,
It's a never-ending learning process.
Yeah.
Chris says Jesus first. Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Chris Joe Marie. I thought that's quite an ideal statement. I thought I was so smart at 25, soon to be 40, is still learning. Yeah, it's amazing how you think you're wise when you're younger.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you realise the more you know, the more you realise you don't know.
Right. Exactly. My goodness. A lot of people ask me, if you could go back to when you were younger, 18, would you go back? I says, not being as stupid as I was back then, no, I wouldn't. I said, to be younger again, maybe, yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magus Avery Taylor says, under the 7 stars of the Big Dipper, all beings obey celestial order and return to upright tail.
Yeah. And yeah. It's amazing why have we been chosen? That's the question, isn't it? Like my life has been a life of quantum mysticism. But why? I don't. There's something. I've been chosen for a reason, obviously, and I'm on a journey of self-discovery, and I need to find out that reason. And it's the same with both of you as well. You have similar experiences. Why?
Yeah, but at this point, it seems to be there's something that's deterring you that you have to correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I have my own reasons why I would choose the occult first over Jesus, because of my own personal beliefs of Jesus. I just, in my opinion, I would say, I just don't know if Jesus actually existed. To me, there's not enough proof, I guess. I could be completely wrong. I believe if he did exist, I believe he was more of a prophet than anything. I don't believe that he was the literal son of God. But God did use him like he does all of us in different ways. So like I said, if he did exist, great. If he didn't, then, that could be a problem for a lot of us. So.
And in the occult are words of power from rituals, and rituals do actually work.
Yeah. Yep.
Using words of power. Some of the rituals were ascribed by Merlin.
Yep.
So you have to take that into consideration, and they do work.
Chris is asking, what about Mary?
She was only, if Jesus existed, maybe Mary did too. There is proof of immaculate births. Jesus was not the only one that was birthed like that, Mary was not the only one that was pregnated by in that way. It's very rare, but it does happen all over the world. Even people that die or in the morgue 3 or 4 days, they come back to life. But that's very rare. It happens. But that's no miracle. That's just something that, well, I guess it would be a miracle you're said you're dead and you come back 3 days later. But what I'm saying is it's not uncommon, rare, but not uncommon. So as far as Mary is concerned, she was a chosen one, like we are chosen for different things. Mary was nothing more than just Jesus' mother. No more. I mean, I grew up. We're not supposed to. I grew up only praising Jesus, and that was the only one we were to praise is Jesus and God. Anything else would be idolizing, and that's why I was taught that. I respect Mary as a mother, but I just don't think she's divine in any way. So I believe Jesus was it, is it, at that time. I have a different view now, but
Chris is
Yeah.
asking, do you think Jesus had children with Mary Magdalene?
yes, yes, I do. When Jesus told his disciples that he would return, no, he said that, yeah, he says, "Not all of you shall perish before my second coming," which meant he was coming back for any of these people died. And he did come back, and they did spot him, and yes, he did get married, and he did have offspring.
Mhm.
So the second coming has already happened.
Well, I got an interesting, some interesting instructions here for you, Bradley. Read them.
Yeah. Thank you, Majors Avery Taylor ordained. Spirit be gone brew. 1 teaspoon of raspberry leaf. 1 teaspoon of lemon balm. 1 teaspoon of chamomile. 1 teaspoon of blackcurrant leaf. 1 teaspoon of valerian root. 4 cups of boiling water prepared as tea. Thank you for sharing that with me, Majors. I'm honoured by your thoughts. That's very kind. I've shared this show 21 times. It actually, while I was sharing it, Facebook actually stopped me from sharing it. I had to switch devices. Facebook stopped me from sharing the show. How about that?
Really?
Yeah, yeah, about 5 minutes ago. They stopped me from sharing the show. But I used a different device. I got backup devices just in case
Uh,
they had tricks on me. I've got tools. Chris Joe Marie says, I grew up Catholic. The whole faith created fear. I believe in a lot of it. And yes, things are afloat with the second coming.
what was that she said? I can't read it.
I grew up Catholic. The whole faith created fear. I believe in a lot of it. And yes, things are afloat with the second coming.
What was she saying that has the second coming? She believes has not happened yet.
I don't
Said
know.
that she says she's afloat with the second coming.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, yeah. Because if
So
you
she's,
read, yeah, if you read there, when he tells his disciples, he says, "Not all of you shall perish." That was for their time, not our time today. That's why I tell people when they say, "Oh, the eastern sky is going to uh, uh, bust open, and Jesus Christ is going to come back. It'll be a second coming." I said, well, if you read your Bible and understand what you're reading, I said you'll find out a little bit differently. So I believe that in times we'll have peace. I don't believe there's going to be the end of the world. I believe what the Jews believe. I believe there's going to be someone who's got all the answers. They're going to come, and we're all going to live in world peace. So that's my new belief. So
yeah. Yeah, thank you for joining us, Majors Avery Taylor ordained, Sarah Fitch,
You know,
Jonathan
there
Kidd,
is one law of nature that says that nothing lasts forever. Do you think the human species itself will?
Yeah, that's a very good point. We could end up becoming clones, like the short greys, becoming clones or androids of a race that once existed.
You see,
Anything.
because we feel we're intelligent. We're intelligent. We think we're going to last forever, but that doesn't mean that we will. All species become extinct at one time or another.
Well, I believe, in my opinion, I believe that we will, only because we're talking about colonize Mars. We do that, or other planets, we will last forever. Would be like that. How is it? These aliens, they're inhabiting different planets and keeping their species going too. So we do that, we will last forever, in my opinion. So.
Well, I believe that the energy and spirit will last forever.
Oh
But I
yeah,
don't,
definitely.
but I don't believe any species will last forever. Any natural species, we're natural, you know. And when you come back as energy or spirit, you can come back as anything: a dog, a cat, a mouse, a rabbit.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about man as a species. I'm not saying the end of everything.
Well, I mean, and I look at it this way too. If God is the one who created us, it would be up to God to end us unless we do something stupid ourselves, like nuclear war. But even then, I don't believe that would be the end of us. I believe that when God creates something, like the heavens and the earth, I believe that they last forever. Um, they just get recycled sometimes. Uh, but I don't think there's a end of the world anytime in the next billion years. So
No.
in my opinion, I
And
mean, I could be wrong.
I
So
wonder how many species have already become extinct. The
you
world,
mean
well, yeah.
of course,
animals?
the world will still be here maybe in a billion years. But the question is, will man be?
I believe so. I believe they will be. We're getting smarter and smarter. We're talking about colonizing even the moon. So
You talk about you talk about smart. Let's observe the intelligence that we're talking about and dealing with. Okay,
mhm,
we compete against no other but ourselves, fear no one else but ourselves, and create devastating technology and weapons to protect us, none other than from ourselves.
mhm.
So to me, that's an intelligence which is somewhat flawed. Right, coming right out of the gate.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen though. Just because um, we, I mean, just because we got the weapons and the technology doesn't mean that we're going to
Well,
destroy ourselves with it. So
my question is, why do we need that to begin with? I mean, if we're intelligent, it shouldn't even have got to that point. So that we're dealing with an intelligence that is obviously, unarguably flawed.
well, you got to remember too, if you read the Old Testament, you'll see why we have a lot of wars. It seems like God seems like He blesses these wars when He's supposed to be a loving God. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
So
yeah,
all
but
through the Bible, there's nothing but war.
right. But my point is, the only place that good and evil exists and cause friction, respectfully to good and evil itself, is within the minds of men.
Sure,
Nowhere else in nature,
that
or
we
the
know of. That we know of.
law that we're aware of,
Yeah.
does it exist. The
I
only
look.
possible
Go ahead.
place, the only possible place that we're aware of where it can exist is within the human psyche. What
Well, you
one
got to
person,
go ahead.
what one person sees as being good, another one may view it as being evil. It's only a
Yeah.
matter of perception.
Well, we don't know how many species out there of aliens are destroying each other right now as we speak either. So, I mean, it could be like Star Wars and the Jedi and all that. Um, uh, if I remember reading right, there are other species out there that take over other planets, and uh, I don't remember where I read that at. But it's just something that just happens. So we're not the only violent ones. There are very violent species out there, much more than ourselves, and they do
And
fight amongst themselves.
the
So,
Alpha
so
Draconians
I guess
allegedly took over.
the only way that we could cure that is to embrace robotics and artificial intelligence. That's the
Yeah.
only way that we would cut that out, because what that would do is remove the human ego.
Yeah. Another way of cutting it out is realize that these people are our brothers and sisters too, and that what we need to do is love each other and not destroy each other or the earth, and take care of each other, and
That'll
that's what
never
we
happen.
need to do. It
That'll
could,
no,
it,
never,
it could, and it could.
never.
I'm hopeful.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's
So
nothing wrong
the
with
Alpha,
that. I mean,
the
you know,
Alpha
the whole,
Draconian,
what's that?
the whole world could hope that all at the same time, but if they don't practice it, it doesn't do any good.
They gotta be taught.
the Alpha Draconians took over the Lyrans planet, and the Lyrans were peace-loving people, and they fled to other locations. But the Alpha Draconians were a malevolent race, and they destroyed the planet. The Lyrans were peace-loving people, and they had no weapons to protect themselves. It happened to them.
Let me ask you this, Floyd. What's your opinion on this? The Bible talks about the final battle between good and evil, the Battle of Armageddon.
I think that's a lie.
All right, wait a minute. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
If evil ever overpowered good to the point of victory, would it not in essence be destroying itself?
It's not going to happen.
Wait a minute, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it in essence be destroying itself for the simple reason that at that point in time, it would no longer be serving any useful purpose?
Probably, yeah. But you got to remember too.
So my point is,
yeah.
My point is, you can't have one without the other.
Right. So that's why it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. In my opinion, it's not going to happen. From what I'm reading, it's not going to happen. When God created good and evil, what she did, it's in there. A lot of people say that's a lie, but I'll find it for you. I've got it written down. When God created good and evil, he also created famine.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Good and evil isn't any different than black and white,
but,
light and darkness. It's no difference.
Right, but why is God going to have? Why is good going to or good going to conquer evil? That to me doesn't make sense. When God made both for His use, God is. I don't believe that God's going to put two things out there to contradict itself. He puts it out there to even itself out. So one is not going to destroy the other. I just don't believe that. I mean,
but all that is a positive and negative that the human mind views as a good and evil.
Right.
And within that energy that moves us, there's got to be both polarities. Without either one, nothing would exist.
Right. Exactly.
And demons don't exist solely in the mind, because they come from other realms, other dimensions.
So we should accept both then, right? Because we can't have any. We can't have one without the other.
Right. That's my opinion, and that's my belief. Yes. Like I said, I could be wrong. Just because I read something doesn't mean it's fact. I err a lot, like everybody else does. I'm learning. I'm willing to still learn new things, and be corrected. Wherever I'm wrong, I'll be corrected by something or somebody. I'm open to that.
Evil comes from other realms, other dimensions into this realm. That's where it comes from. Not from our mind. It does come from our minds as well, but it comes from without our mind. It comes from other dimensions, other realms. That's how we've encountered evil. I didn't know evil existed until it came to me, and I didn't imagine it. It didn't come from my mind. I didn't imagine it. Like I've encountered good demons and bad demons from outside my mind that have come to me. So they come from other dimensions, other realms. If you never experienced these, you wouldn't believe they existed.
Well, let me ask you this question, Bradley. If you were the Prince of Darkness, what would you think of evil?
I would embrace it.
All right. So it's a matter of conception, right? It's a matter of choice.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And I've met demonic demons that I know their credentials are evil, yet they've been all right to me, and that's quite is a little bit confusing. You know.
Well, Bradley, I do know there are demons, and only
Yeah,
because I had one yank me out of bed. I told you about that story. Uh,
that's fine.
and it walked over to me because I removed it off of somebody. I said, "You got something on you." He said, "What is it?" And I said, you got a demon. Something's on. I see blackness all around your head, around your neck." He said he's been fighting them all my life. I says, "Well, it's gone. I call it gone now. You got to leave." And he called me and said, "Hey," he goes, "I think it's gone. I don't fear it no more. I don't see it. I don't feel it anymore." Well, it was maybe a month or so after, if I remember right, it come and got me, and it was very. I'm gonna say this. It was very pissed. It come into my bedroom, and I thought we had a burglar. Just be honest with you, until it turned around and looked at me, and his eyes were as white as flashlights, and it come right over and grabbed my ankles and yanked me out of bed, and I turned around and hit my knee on my floor, and I bruised both of my knees, and I screamed and crawled back into bed, and I turned around to fight it, and next thing you know, it wasn't there. It was gone. So yes, I believe in demons. So,
That's right.
and yeah,
Then you didn't imagine that. It didn't come from your mind, your sight. That come from
Well,
outside, from
they
another
come from
realm.
outside.
well,
And
maybe you can banish whatever's ailing Bradley.
um, that could be, but I find out what I can do. Usually, is I have to be with that person. Um, Kind of basically like hands-on type thing. Uh, but I don't know. I'm still finding out. Maybe I can. I don't know. I guess I'd have to talk to Bradley more about it in depth, and
Right.
we
Yeah,
can
I
go
mean,
from there. So yeah,
it wouldn't hurt to try, right?
nope. And I'd be willing to do anything for Bradley or you or anybody if I can.
Having this in me technically renders me as ill. I am ill, and I have been ill for like nearly 13 years having this in me. The fact that I can smile or I'm not suicidal is quite a blessing in itself. You
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Uh,
one thing, Bradley, if I may say, one thing you're going to have to stop doing is saying it's yours, because it's not yours. It's not
yeah,
your sickness. Okay, this is a sickness that's been put on you. You got to start
yeah,
denouncing that sickness. Don't say it's my sickness. That's
yeah,
not yours. You just denounce it. Once you start that, I think right there you'll start your healing.
yeah.
Don't claim
Tonya Day,
something that's evil or bad. Don't claim it.
yeah, I agree with you actually. That's a very good point. Tonya Day says, "Hello, handsome gentleman." She's from Phoenix. Hi there, Tonya Day. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Tanya, my
Jonathan.
cousin.
Yeah. Oh
I told
right. Oh really?
She's
Oh
my
right.
she's my beautiful cousin. I love her I love her more than life itself. She's like my best friend, my cousin. Um, if she ever were to pass, I think I would have to go too, because she's that important to me.
Jonathan Kipp said, "Yeah, there's too much focus on our personal gain instead of a collective focus on our mutual existence."
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's all due to the human ego.
yeah,
And Lucifer says, one should embrace the ego, but not become it."
yeah. I've heard that so many times already, and I
Which
believe
is not,
it's true.
that is the right answer.
Yeah,
Embrace the ego, but not become it.
right, right.
And that he was banished from heaven for saying that, and for other things as well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he should be praised like a god, just like Yahweh.
yeah. And I also want to tell people too that just because I once believed, um, doesn't mean I don't respect your beliefs. And please don't ever take me the wrong way. I mean, when I say things, I try to say in my opinion. That way, I try not to offend anybody. So if I
Yeah,
do offend you, I'm very sorry. I've been a minister for 20 years, and it's a lot going through my mind right now. Uh, but no, if I ever offend you guys, I really apologize, and I don't mean to. So
no, you
I
don't. No,
respect your religion, regardless what religion you have. I respect you.
there's an element of truth in all religions. I
Yes,
believe that,
absolutely.
and I don't think you could ever offend me. Anyway, it would take a lot to offend me, and I would come. Oh, I think we lost Jim. I would
Yes,
if I was offended or upset or perturbed, I would come to you and directly confront you and try and resolve the issue.
yeah. Please do. If I ever do, please do. I mean, don't let it go, and because when you let things go, it can turn into hatred after a while if you let it go too long.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah, don't ever let hatred rule the day. Never be a
no.
hate.
And you're my big brother, Bradley. That would really bother me if I offended you and you never came to me about it to help
Yeah,
correct myself. That would bother me. So please,
yeah,
if I ever do, or anybody on here, if I ever offend you, please come to me. I'd rather
yeah.
you text me, do a private text instead of tearing me up on the show. So,
Yeah.
but hey, if you tear me up on the show, that's okay too.
Oh well, no, I'd never do that.
No,
No.
anybody, you or anybody that's listening right now.
Yeah,
So I'd rather
yeah,
you just text me first, do a private chat, and then we'll solve the issue. I'm pretty forgiving and uh, apologetic. So yeah,
yeah. Jim's back. There's a storm where Jim is.
yeah.
That's why we keep visiting
I,
Jim.
I thought maybe an alien took him.
Jim, we can't hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the
laryngitis.
middle of a thunderstorm here, so the internet went
I
out.
yeah.
Yeah, show internet. We thought you'd been abducted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish.
You agree? You fancy another tattoo, Jim?
Huh?
You fancy having another tattoo?
Be
Yeah,
careful
maybe
what you
that.
wish for, Jim.
Maybe I should have somebody look where I can't see.
There you go.
You and I'm aware of it.
Jonathan Kipp says, I agree. We can have different beliefs and still be cordial with one another. That's right. There's no reason for hate.
Mm-mm. No.
No.
I'm gonna say this. I
Yeah,
hate.
that's true.
I hate hate.
And
So
that's actually true because there's no way that a belief is a fact.
no,
It's just
you're
a
right. You're
concept,
right. Yep.
you know. And there's
Yep.
been religious wars and loss of life based on just concepts and what different beliefs are.
That's
You know what I
exactly
mean?
what I was saying earlier. So
It's the same
And
with experiences.
it's got nothing to do
I've
with
experienced,
being factual with the unknown.
right.
my factual experiences, my factual presentation with the unknown has been experiences and encounters, and I can base my presentation on experiences and encounters. However, my experiences and encounters with spiritual entities is not necessarily going to be the same for everyone else.
Right.
You know, who do
Right.
experience
Right.
and recognize that. Like I
Well,
was talking
you
to
know what the problem is? Maybe we're too intelligent. Maybe we're too smart. For example, a cow grazing in a field is satisfied by doing just that, grazing in a field.
Mhm.
But man, due to his intelligence, distorts the simplicity of nature and will never truly be satisfied.
yeah. I was talking to someone yesterday. I've encountered Lord Beelzebub, and I didn't have a problem. Yet this Lord Beelzebub, she's encountered, and he created havoc in her life. So it's amazing, isn't it? How that can work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
No, but
yes.
like, uh,
Good. Go on,
no, I
Floyd.
just like you said, Bradley. There's and Jim, you both said it that um, all religions has a little bit of truth in it. And if we can just put these truths out together, um, and agree and care for each other, and we'd be better off. I believe,
Yeah,
these
but
wars and stuff. No,
the point is there is no one truth. There are many
no,
truths.
right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I tried to say. I didn't come out right, apparently. So, Thank you for that. No, I'm not drinking. Not tonight, anyway.
You drink, do you?
I
mean,
don't. I
sorry.
don't. No, I don't really drink. Maybe a cocktail once in a blue moon, but there's you know how many blue moons we got? Not very many. So
No. Yeah, I don't drink alcohol at all. I've got to be honest. Or I don't smoke weed either. I'm not a stoner.
no, I'm not either. Um, I have family members that are, and I think it's cool. You know, as you know, if they want to do that, that's fine with me. I have no problem with it. You know, just as long as we're in a state that is legal, and yeah, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
People ask me what state I'm from. I answer by saying state of confusion.
Yeah.
Right.
We live in a chaos realm.
Yeah.
State of chaos.
Yep.
Yeah. State of chaos creates energy. Yeah. Yes, bear that in mind.
Mhm.
Yeah, some of the me and Jim have discussions. They should be on the show. We have debates. Me and Jim don't agree with everything. We don't fully agree with each other on everything.
You're not going to. Nobody is really.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Like Bradley,
it's
me and
not-
you don't. You and I do not agree on Jesus Christ, but we're still brothers.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Jesus is definitely real, in my opinion. He
yeah.
definitely existed. But
See,
they
that's
didn't
what I'm
write
saying.
until 300 years after, which is quite strange, don't you think, that someone who could create such an impact in the world and never wrote about him until 300 years later? That's quite
Yeah.
odd, isn't it?
Well, the reason why I started looking into it more and more and more is because you know the pagans they had a man like Jesus, but I don't know what his name is, and then the Egyptians did, and this one did, and that one did. So to me, Jesus was like a copycat uh, religion. When Christianity killed off the pagans, they took all their holidays and their belief system, and I believe that when they took their Jesus type person, they just changed the name of it because this other Jesus had 12. Well, it wasn't named Jesus, but had 12 disciples, and it was crucified and was risen from the dead and would one day return. It's all repeats. If you go back to history and read that, it's all repeats. To me, Christianity just copied everything, and like I said, stole all the pagan religions or holidays and then renamed them, you know, like winter solstice for Christmas, that type thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
That's why I believe what I do.
I have
So.
a
Go ahead.
my philosophy is this: always remain open-minded to the concept of all things.
Yeah.
That way, you leave plenty of room for wisdom, enlightenment, and divination.
And growth.
To believe in something,
Yeah.
to deny yourself the truth.
Right.
So, pay mind at all times.
Right. Right. There may be one day that someone shows me something, and I'm like, and I'm floored by it. It's like, oh my gosh, Jesus Christ is real. You know, that could become a day. I don't know. We'll find out. But I do believe if Jesus does return, which I think he's already did return, I don't think I'm going to be held accountable because the Bible has been so altered and changed. I don't think any of us are going to be held account of our beliefs because everybody's got different beliefs and different things. So just because it's all screwed up, God knew this would happen, and so God's not going to hold any of us accountable for our beliefs.
Well,
So it's in my opinion.
Perhaps the most mysterious and unpredictable thing in the universe is the human mind itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're tuned into the cosmos, aren't we? And you can't actually see the cosmos. You can see the universe, but the cosmos is full of energy and frequencies and currents that we can tune into if we are open-minded and receptive enough to tune into God's frequency, for example. You know, you either tuned in or you're not. And if you're not tuned in, you probably won't believe it ever existed. Like the atheists don't believe in paranormal phenomena, psychic, mediums. The atheists do not believe. They think you are all frauds. You know, we don't exist. We haven't experienced paranormal phenomena. You know, I encountered this yesterday in a group forum. I said that not being born with psychic phenomena is a gift. Well, not exactly, because everybody is born with psychic phenomena. However, atheists shut it out. They are closed-minded and they think they're open-minded. They only believe in facts. So therefore, they're not going to be blessed with psychic phenomena, even though they are. Like sometimes not all your thoughts are your own, you know.
Tanya Day is asking, what do you think of the Catholics' time machine called the chronovisor?
Wow. Well, that's something for us to research.
I've never heard
Yeah,
of that.
I've never heard of it either. Wow, Tanya, you're doing your homework, I see. That's good,
Yeah.
girl. I have to look it up.
To talk about the chronovisor, Tanya.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe you can enlighten us. Yeah,
So
time
I
machine.
don't know. Do you guys think there'll ever be a solution?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You think so?
In time. Yeah.
To what problem?
Depopulation, a utopia of 500,000 people. That's the
Hey,
solution.
the agenda of the 1% is to eliminate 95% of it. Is that what you mean by the solution?
Yes, absolutely. I don't agree with it, but that's the solution they come up with.
Are you one of the 1% there, Bradley, secretly?
I understand the concept, although I don't agree. I think that's a Holocaust, that is, isn't it? Really,
A little bit evil, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
If that happened, if they're successful in their agenda, do you think that would be a good thing or a bad thing? Because at that point, it would be a reset, and the world would be more like a utopia than it ever has been in especially in our time. So if the end result was that, in your opinion, would it be a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, that's a difficult question, isn't it?
Well, to me, go ahead.
For the 500,000. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It'd be a good thing for the 500,000, but it wouldn't be a good thing for the other, like it's 9 billion, say. It wouldn't be a good thing for them. No, because we're talking murder. Who are they to play God?
Well,
That's what I was just going to say.
What would the difference be if we went one at a time or all at once? We still got to go anyway at one time or another.
Well,
that's the cycle of life and the reality of life.
Like he said, it would be murder, and they're playing God. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, they've been doing that right along.
I know they are. I know they have. It's just they don't. But they don't have that right. Maybe it will be us that knock out the 1%. You know, we don't know. There's too many of us, but yet they have the technology. So.
Yeah, but in order to do that, you got to come together as a collective, and that'll never happen.
Yeah.
And that's why they keep doing what they're doing. They know that'll never happen. And that's why they keep getting away with it.
Right.
Yeah, well, you're missing something, Jim. The collective is coming together already, and that is us, people like us. We are the collective. We are ascending. We are the collective. We are tuning in to what the real world, the reality is.
You could have a million people agreeing with you right now. And then when it comes time to make a stand, we'll look around and it'll only be the three of us standing there.
Well, don't forget, I was admin to 500,000 members, and like a lot of them agree.
And don't forget what you have to go up against today. That's the industrial military complex.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference than just, rising up and having a revolution or overthrowing a kingdom. Years ago, you could overthrow a kingdom. You had a target, you know where to go, you know who you were dealing with. Today, it's so deceptive and spread out that you don't even know who your enemy is.
No.
Revolution, yeah.
A historical revolution wouldn't work today. Not with what
you got shooters, haven't you, Jim?
Not with what we're going up against. We've we've passed the point of no return already. That's the problem.
You got shooters at your gym?
People have been asleep way too long.
Yeah, they have been. Most definitely.
And the majority of them are still asleep.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. You got shooters at your gym?
Huh?
You got shooters, didn't you? Shooters, guns.
Oh yeah.
Boom booms.
Yeah. Well, what's that going to do?
I got my bow and arrow.
Hey, I got my fly swatter.
I got a box of toothpicks.
There you go. Kill them with it. Put it in your eyeballs.
I'll get some holy water. I'll spike them all with holy water.
I'll use toothpicks and elastics with paper clips.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'll bring my fly swatter to a bear fight.
Tonya Dave says, as they say, we have been distracted.
Yeah. Yep. Well, yeah, everything that's going on in the news and everything. It seems like when we start concentrating on something else happens. Takes our mind away from this one or that one because off the real thing that's happening, and we all forget about it, and we're concentrating on something stupid instead of the real thing that we need to be concentrating on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yep.
So I'm going to my brother's next week. It was this week, but the buses are on strike, unfortunately. So that's
yeah,
I'm going to be playing with it.
But I'm going to my brother's to actually to look at the grimoires and see if I can see solid.
You're going to be playing with that Ouija board again?
Maybe. I don't see divination from Ouija boards, but my family does.
Yeah.
But I believe the words of power from rituals from the occult could actually help me. The occult is there to help mankind, enhance the lives of mankind, as well as create chaos in the minds of mankind. It depends what you use it for. You can use the occult for malice or sanctuary. It's all there in the occult. The occult, a lot of people are afraid of the occult because Christianity has caused them to become afraid of the occult.
Yeah. It was all once in the Bible, Bradley. All that was in the Bible at one time. Witches were a common thing way back when with sorcerers and all that. And then when Christianity came along, they made it all against gods. They made it a sin and took it all out.
Yes, right. So, witches went underground, sorcerers went underground, and like
let me ask you this, Bradley. Do you think the occult could be used to defeat the 1%?
Yeah, absolutely. But I didn't want to say it, but yeah, that's the truth, and I recognize that as well.
But then that they've been practicing the occult with doing what they've been doing for these so many years. So what makes you think that if we consult with the occult, how would that work? Would the occult be working against itself?
No. It would not work against itself. That doesn't happen. It would work against them, and although they are probably heavily protected, all of them, but they use the occult to gain wealth, extension of life, divination, wisdom. The 1% use the occult. That's how they've reached their position of power using the occult, and therefore
doesn't that usually involve a contract and
selling
of your soul?
No, it requires you to pay homage and respect to the. You can offer gifts as well during a ritual, or you can offer your soul. But I don't intend to. And with Lucifer, you can work with him or for him. It's a choice. If you did choose to work with Lucifer, you don't have to sell your soul. A lot of people don't.
Well, I think for the kind of power that they they wield. I think they do.
You know, yeah, they probably have sold their soul to the devil, maybe. You know,
And I
to
believe
become
you said
so.
one. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, it's not.
No, I believe
No,
that.
go on, sorry.
I believe one time you said that Lucifer, Bradley. I think it was you, or Jim. It might have been you, but it was not a bad uh, angel. It was actually angel of light, which Lucifer was an angel of light, but people gave him
Yeah,
a bad name,
yeah.
you
Lucifer
know,
is in fact
as
a
evil, and
light
he
bearer.
wasn't. Yeah, light bearer.
Lucifer is a
Yeah,
light bearer, a
yeah,
light bringer. He's a light bringer. In fact, we are
yeah.
the light bearers. He's a light bringer, and he's the morning star, just
Right,
like Jesus was listed.
right,
I
right, right,
actually view Lucifer as divine. I mean, look for the evil that Lucifer did. He opposed God. That's the evil that he did, and that was classed as evil.
Yeah, I think in the
If you look,
Bible, Satan is responsible for like maybe 10 deaths, and God in the Bible killed millions with floods. Floods
millions,
alone.
babies on top of it.
Big
yeah,
difference.
Yes, all the
that's right.
firstborn of Egypt.
And what religion teaches is that, you know, if you sin, you'll be condemned to eternal damnation and burn in hell forever, right? Which can be scarier than Satan himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And that's
that's why.
a sentence, you know, by the good and loving God. So
That's
forget
why
He's so loving.
I, I
that.
avoid sinning.
Yeah, he'll love you
I
so much
avoid
that if you
sinning.
sin, you'll burn in the
He'll
embers of hell
he'll love
forever.
you. He'll love you to death. Forgive me,
I
God.
avoid sinning, and I don't tell lies.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
and that But you should avoid sinning and telling lies anyway, shouldn't you?
You should always avoid bad things. Yes.
Aren't they words
But
of wisdom?
we're
About
born into it, so you know.
about white lies.
What's that?
White lies. Well, I lie to
White
the
lies.
authorities. I'll
Oh,
be honest, I do. They're white lies. I lied to the policeman. They're white lies.
I did not
Yeah.
run over that woman.
I used to drive around without a license for many years. You know.
Yeah.
Well, we've done nearly an hour now, and it's been a pleasure to have you on board. Thank you for coming and joining us at short notice, Floyd.
Yeah.
Jim,
No
thank you
problem.
so much
Anytime.
for stressing yourself out to get this show on the road, Jim. A little bit of stress doesn't hurt occasionally, and like
Yeah, well, yeah,
you're committed.
yeah, but it tends to happen more often than not.
Hey, Jim and
You
Bradley, you guys do a really good job here. I just want you guys to let you guys know that. So
Thank
you do
you.
a real fine job. Thank you.
Yeah,
We try.
we do.
You do
Try.
well.
Earlier, Jim was saying, "I don't know why I bumble with all this." All this. He was
Right.
cursing earlier. Jim was cursing earlier. You should have seen him. I
Oh,
saw
I
a
bet.
different Jim.
I know I can see him.
Right now, though. Jim was possessed by a demon an hour ago.
No, I wasn't. Don't believe that. No.
No.
So
Yeah,
All right.
Jim,
Well,
that was Callum who added you as a friend. Callum's who you spoke to last night.
oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. But Corey, I don't know if Corey's added you as a friend as well. They're very close to me, they are like brothers, really, to be honest.
All right.
cool.
And on that note, yeah, we can close the show. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for your questions.
All right.
It's been a pleasure to have you near us.
Thank you guys.
All
Yeah,
right.
peace.
Talk to you later.
Love everybody. Bye.
Thank
Good night.
you, guys.
Good night.